All right, guys, welcome to today's session in our masterclass series where we're covering our fast track series. And today we are jumping into module 3, which is lead gen and lead generation and how you can generate leads on an ongoing basis and generate leads at will. So before we jump in, I just want to quickly go through an overview of what we're doing, where we've come from and where we're going, so that each time we do a session, you know where our lesson is and what context it is. So just in terms of our overview, again, we just can't get away from this number one business focus. And our two business focuses with Cornerstone Property Partners is 15, 20, 12 and top of mind. And again, 15, 20, 12 relates to 15 exclusive mandates in a 20 and 12 in a 12-month period, which will give you 20 sales. Now, if you're in commercial or you're in rentals, your numbers might be different, but there's going to be a number that works for you. The second point there is top of mind. So everything we're doing today is, can we help you dominate your specific market area and your farming area? And that's why lead generation is going to be the tool that you're going to use to generate that top of mind status. And just coming back to that, if you're doing lead generation and you're lead generating in a bigger area that's too big for you, you are never going to be top of mind. So that's why we come back to that top of mind status. So as we look at this, just want to look at this is an overview and a pre-frame of what we're doing today. Like I say, where we're going is we have this 2 Comma Club strategy and award. And 2 Comma Club is when you do 1 million Rand in gross commission income. Now, we're just again covering, we have 2 steps to achieving 2 Comma Club. Step 1 is build your personal business. And step 2 is build your team business. And the benefit of what we do with this 2-step approach is that it makes it much more achievable to reach that 1 million Rand in GCI. And we obviously have, in terms of building your personal business, it's a very simple process where we use the 4 disciplines of execution, where we look at at the end of the day, you want your profit, but to get profit, we need sales. To get sales, we need mandates. And to get mandates, we need appointments. And that's why module 3, when it talks about lead generation, it speaks directly to your ability to book and do your appointments. And ultimately, if you want to build your personal business, we need to adhere to this program. And what I know is this: 2 appointments every single week will generate 20 sales for you in a 12-month period. And that's why we sell out to that. Then if we look at our team business, our goal is to basically bring on team members into our team. And in this example, I brought on 5 team members, which will grow over time, over the next year to 5 years. And you'll have a team of 30, 40, 50 people, which will be generating that ongoing passive revenue share. So again, build your personal team, build your business team to generate the 2 Comma Club. So just to look at it in its entirety, as we look at the transformational training that we're busy going through, is the big red star here talks about lead gen. And lead gen drives everything. We can talk about how to win with sellers, how to win with buyers. But if you're not generating leads, in other words, when we talk about leads, it's people to phone that potentially want to sell their property, we're wasting our time. So it all comes back down to lead gen. And today we're going to cover lead gen, and we're going to just cover it completely so that you are 100% effective and feeling confident. But just to see where we've come from, in the first few modules, we covered the 7 steps to dominate your market. And we spoke about that. Today, we are covering lead gen, and that's where we're covering there. We're then going to be covering win with sellers in the following module. Then we'll do win with buyers, then closing like a rock star, referral partners, and the number 1 asset, your database. And then we'll go into the 40X system. So just again, to give an overview and just to put in place, win with sellers is going to be, there's a process we're going to follow, which we know there. And then we are going to go into win with buyers, which again has a specific process. So just to say, that's where we're going. So where we're going today is we are right where we're at a 10X, your transformation training program with module 3 and lead generation. And guys, I wanted to say that if you sell out to this lead generating activity, so learn the skill and then 10X your activity around it, you will always be successful. So what I want to do is we are going to jump into a little video, which is to pre-frame lead generation. And I want to just make sure that you are feeling confident about that. So before we jump in, I just want to say hi to everyone. Is everybody happy with that process, that what you're going to do? Is everybody, can you just give me a thumbs up, you're ready to go? Especially Grant. Yes, good stuff, guys. So I trust it's going to be great. So if you would just, we're going to watch this quick video and then we'll take it on from there. All right, guys, put your sound up and see if you can look.
If you abdicate the lead generation process, your primary focus as a business owner. Now, how many of you are in the real estate business? Let me see your hands. How many of you are in the mortgage business? Okay. How many of you are in other businesses? You're self-employed, small business. Okay, great. Here's the thing. When you go to work every day, your primary focus as a business person is to generate a lead. And then there's a job part of your business, which is helping people buy and sell homes, doing transactions, doing paperwork, doing appraisals, getting inspections done, getting loans done, yada, yada, yada. You own a business, and inside the business, there's a job. Most people focus on the job and don't run the business. If this makes sense, say aye. The number one focus of your business is lead generation. Now, next thing you need is multiple sources of the leads.
Right, guys, so I trust that that's made a difference. Quick question on that video. Does anybody want to just give a comment on that video they just saw and what they got out of that? Any comments on it quickly?
Lead generation is the lifeblood of your business.
Thanks, Steve. Lead generation, life of your business. Does everybody believe that? No, we don't believe it because we don't do it. That's why we don't do it. So anything else that came out of that about lead gen? Who caught what he said, that we have a business and then we have the job? Can you see there's a distinction between being in the business and doing the job? So our business is lead generation. Okay, our job is kind of doing the real estate stuff around that. Does that make sense? But we've got to do the lead. So basically, I want you to feel confident with lead generation. The reason why we do it is because if you had enough leads right now, you would be confident about your business. And I want to just share, just on this, as we're doing this, I want to just share something with you. If you look at the screen, I want to just share with you. So let's say I had a diary. Here's my diary. And I presented this diary to you. And I call this my magic book. And in this diary, I said to you that what I've done is I've spent the last month, I've had 20 people working with me, and we've been generating leads for you. This diary is filled up with 3 confirmed appointments every week for the next 12 months. And it's sellers that are wanting to sell their property. Would anybody want to buy this book from me? Who would recommend that this book would be valuable? Anyone? All right. Who would buy the book? All right. So this book contains 3 appointments every week for the next 12 months with sellers that are wanting to sell their property. Who thinks this would be valuable to them? Yeah. Absolutely. Why do you think that? Because
unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself there. Why do you think this is important?
Qualified leads.
It's qualified leads. So you've got leads of people. So they want to sell. Is there a high probability of you succeeding in the real estate industry if you had this book?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the other benefit. If it's in my diary, guess what I do on a Monday morning? I open my diary and I just confirm my appointment. How easy is that? Is that easy? So imagine if we had a way of you taking your diary right now and filling your diary with 2 appointments or 3 appointments every week for the next 12 months. Would you succeed? Yes or no?
Yes.
Guaranteed.
Yes.
And here's the thing, guys. We have that available. Today, I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to show you how to fill your diary up with 2 or 3 appointments every week for the rest of your life, and you'll never be without an appointment, or you'll never be held ransom to anybody else. Will, question?
Yeah, so I'm confused. By appointment, you mean seeing the physical person or the listing, or?
Yeah, seeing the appointment. So I'm physically sitting down in front of a potential seller and running through a presentation on why you should give me a listing. Right, okay. So 2 physical appointments. Okay. Sometimes it happens on Zoom. Sometimes it happens on the phone. Sometimes it happens face-to-face. But there's 2 physical appointments with a potential seller, not the buyer, the seller. Is everyone happy with that? All right. So guys, it's important. But who would feel a sense of confidence if they had a book like that, if their diary was filled with appointments? Who would feel confident? I know I would. All right. So here's the thing. What is stopping you right now from feeling that confidence? Any ideas? What's stopping you feeling that confidence right now? Anyone want to venture in? Yeah.
Hi there.
Hi, Phil. Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, just confidence combined with knowledge. I think knowledge is there for confidence. Okay. And you know, on the basis of the 2, I think you then have a confidence based on knowledge to go and do it, and also yourself. I think a lot of the time it's yourself that prevents you from doing it.
Oftentimes yourself. So, and thanks, Paul, for that. Let me take this one step further. Let's say you didn't have confidence and you didn't believe in yourself, but you actually went and did the appointments, would that still work? Yes. So what's holding you from being successful is just physically doing the appointment. So what I want to do today is we want to take away the knowledge thing that Phil has spoken about. Let's give you the knowledge on how to find the listings and how to find the leads. And once you've got that, you are free forever. That's why this is so important. So I'm going to say to lean into this and then just 10x it. Everyone happy with that? I trust that you're as excited about this as I am, because I'm fired up about this, because this is the one thing that could possibly hold you back. But today we can just remove it and you can be successful. So what I want to do is we're going to jump into the next slides. As we jump into module 3 of lead generation, and we're just going to see. So we're going to look at what's our business focus. We've spoken about these 2 focus points, 15, 20, 12, and top of mind, and we know how to do that. Spoken about the activities. So what I want to do here is everything starts with an online presence. And if you want to be top of mind, the first thing that to be top of mind would be online presence. The second thing would be to have a physical presence, and that would be your boards. So the two go hand in hand. So when I'm speaking today to you about listings, the reason why we're doing listings is because it needs to fulfill our criteria of being top of mind, which means I need online listings and I need physical presence with sale boards. Is everybody happy with that? All right. So when I talk about benefiting online, if you look at Property 24, there are 20 listings per page. And let's say we took the first 3 pages, that's 60 listings. Imagine if you had 20 listings in the first 3 pages. Do you think a seller or a buyer going through those pages would see you as a dominant agent? Yes or no?
Absolutely, yes.
Absolutely, guys. And here's the thing. If you want to see if you're dominating, do yourself a favor right now or sometime afterwards. Go onto your farming area and search your area and see how many boards, how many times you are listed on page 1, 2, and 3. And guys, here's the issue. I think a lot of us will be dismayed and quite perplexed as to where I am. I've gone through some agents and I go through the things and I find their first listing on page 6 and 7. Guys, I want to just say to you, good luck with that strategy, because that is not the strategy that's going to work. And I want to say to you right now, you need top of mind presence. You need to be online page 1, 2, and 3. And the way to do that is you need a minimum of 20 listings. Everyone happy with that? Good. Good stuff, guys. Right. So let's just quickly go on. So let's just jump into, we're going to jump, so module 3 and lead gen 1, we're going to go into lesson 1. So, and this is where we're going to quickly look at the 11 lead generating activities. And then I'm going to ask Dean to come on. He's going to talk about the first lesson that we're going to discuss, which is actually how I get those listings. So let's just quickly jump on. I want to put in perspective. So we need listings. So the question is, where do I find my listings? Does anybody want to venture forth and suggest where potentially we could find our listings? And where do you think we could find our listings, guys?
Online.
I have a suggestion.
You can find online. Grant, well done. Lee, yeah, Michelle, yeah.
Yeah, so definitely online, go onto your competitors' websites, Remax, see whoever is dominant in your area and see what they've listed and what your listings are versus that.
So that's online. So the easiest way, let's just go into Property 24, private property, all the listings are there. Good. What else? Well, online, what else?
So I went the hard route. I drive through my area and I look at all the boards and I plot the, I take the address and I do the CMA.
Brilliant.
And
so you literally drive your area. So he's getting to know his area. He sees the for sale boards. That's another way. What else? So online for sale boards.
Finding out who developers are and getting into contact with them for residential.
You could do developers and finding what's coming up in the front. That's fantastic. The problem with that is it going to make you money tomorrow? No. So that's long term. Absolutely, you want to do that, and it gives you a presence. Good, but it's another lead generating activity. Well done. What else?
Yeah, I drove to Max Prop and I got there and I spoke to the ladies and they're sending me their vacancy schedules and stuff like that.
So with commercial, you've got vacancy schedules, so you can do that, which is brilliant. Good stuff. What else, guys?
I was contacting friends that I think are well connected. And spreading the word.
Spread the word. So centers of influence, people at your contact base, let them know. So here's a question. So just on what Delina said, you've just joined real estate. Have you sent out a message to every single person you've ever met on your contact base to say, hey, guess what? I've just joined Cornerstone Property Partners. If you know somebody wants to sell or wants to buy, please let me know. Have you done that? And most people say, oh, I forgot about that. Oh, my word. Imagine that. Okay, well done. What else? What else can we do? Okay. Logie.
Work with another agent and ask to list their properties and share their property listings.
All right. So you could do a referral with another agent. Well done. Guys, why I'm asking this, I want you to start thinking about this because we've got 4 or 5 and it's taken quite a difficult thing, a stretch to find these 5. So I'm going to put you out your misery and we're going to go, well done for those that have come out. Those are all there. So I want to quickly go through and just deal with the generating of the listings, that what we can do. So here's a little thing I wanted to sketch out. So the basis of building a business is it's very simple. Find the property, right? Step 1. Step 2, find the owner and the telephone number. Step 3, book the appointment. Step 4, do the first viewing and then list the property. So can you see that's how we list properties? Can you see how simple that is, guys? So what we want to start with is find the property, find the number, book the appointment. So when we jump into Win with Sellers, we will be covering how to book the appointment, how to do the listing, how to do the viewing. But for now, we want to find the property. So if we're looking at finding the property, let's discuss this quickly. It's about, in my estimation, I've found there are 11 lead generating activities. So there are 11 activities that you and I can engage in to find a particular property. And so what I want to look at is this, is what are those 11 lead generating activities? And we're going to look at those now. So I've just got a list here from 1 to 11. You've got for sale boards, we've spoken about. For sale online, we spoke about that. And we spoke about agent-to-agent referrals. But in addition to that, we've got for sale by owners. So what about people or private individuals that are selling their properties? We can look at those things. Cold calling can work. You might just pick up a telephone book and literally just phone your area. That works. People do that. Then we've got geographical farming areas. So decide on a specific market and then absolutely just 10x that area, get to know the area, that they get to know you. Number 8, and it's my favorite, which is touch campaigns or content marketing. So being in a situation where we continuously marketing to our database and adding value to their lives so that when their life circumstances change, they phone us. Community activations. So that's where you're doing, like maybe at the clubhouse or something, you're doing an activation there, you're doing a kids party, you're doing a whatever. You're just getting yourself known in the area. And then professional talks. You may be able to get your attorney or a conveyancing attorney or a financial services individual or somebody to come and speak about a topic that people find relevant, and you host the talk and you get to get known. And then boards, which is a great thing. So just on that, I've broken these opportunities up into things that the herd do, everybody does, and what we can do to blaze the trail. So number 1 that we're going to cover today, we're going to talk about for sale online, and then I'm going to talk about touch campaigns and content marketing, and we're going to talk about agent-to-agent referrals. So those are the 3 techniques that I'm going to talk about today, but you can choose any 2 of them. Choose 2 or 3 techniques and get good at those. All right, does it make sense? So what I'd like you to do right now is to quickly write down on a piece of paper, choose 2 of these techniques or tools that you would like to use for your move going forward, basically as you move forward on that. Can everybody do that? So if you'd like to just write down some of those techniques and say, which are the techniques that you are going to use? Because what you do is you don't have to do all the techniques. You just need to use 2 or 3 of them and get really, really good at them. Does anybody want to share? What I'd like to do is quickly, just as we finish this first section, I might just go around and ask perhaps some of the guys what their favorite techniques, what they're using. Shamlan, Kerry, can I just ask you, what are you using? What are your 2 methods of finding seller leads?
Online is one of them.
Okay.
But also, we've got our own database of the buyers that are pre-approved.
Okay.
And our boards are fantastic.
Okay. So you get a lot of boards.
Lots of boards out, and we get lots of leads from that. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant, fantastic stuff, good stuff, wonderful. Michelle, can you tell me what is your main method that you are using to generate seller leads?
Definitely online. I'm constantly online looking at Property 24. I mean, my phone's always in my hand.
Okay.
And then, taking a drive around, I only ever really go and drive around if I can't find a number.
Okay.
On CMA, like an actual property number. But or if it's in a trust, I go to the building, the physical building itself, and to see if there is a tenant, and I find out who the landlord is, etc. So that's pretty much how I do things. One of the because I'm in the commercial side of property, one thing that really does work for me is I go onto CMA and I find like the crest, for example. I'll take down all the details of every single owner of the crest, and I'll send out a message to every single person, and I'll say, are you interested in letting, or are you interested in selling, etc. And that's also how I create leads. But it's all done online. It's very easy. So
online's good. Thanks, Michelle. That's brilliant. Okay, so lots of techniques. So we're going to go into it. So guys, there's going to be a technique that's going to work for you. And what I'm saying to you is this, is find one of those techniques and sell out to it, whatever it's going to be. It almost doesn't matter. And I want to just say this, that what I've seen happen, I've seen people that have used cold calling, but that's all they do. But when they do cold calling, they do 100 cold calls a day, and they want some of the top agents in the country. It almost doesn't matter what technique you use, as long as you are committed to that specific technique. So just where we're going to go with this, and I want to just finish off this section by saying this, that we're going to cover these 3 opportunities. We're going to cover online, how to find online. We're going to look at referral partners, and we look at touch campaigns. What I want to say to you is this: I want to help you move from being with the herd of every other agent in the country, and everybody uses boards and online, okay? And what happens is we generally the second, third, or fourth person to contact our seller, and it works. It's no problem. It's fantastic. And I'm not saying you must do it, just dominate your market, but I want to move to a place where I want to show you how you can be the first person in with your seller, and you develop a relationship with your sellers so that when they want to sell or want to let out their property, they phone you for the first time, and you're the first person in, and you get the sole mandate easily. Does anybody want to hear about that? And that's what we're going to do. And that's the content marketing strategy. It's the most effective tool for generating leads, and very, very, very few agents use it. Again, if I were to ask even I know that actually I don't know anybody in our organization that's using it, to tell the truth. But we're going to change that. We're going to make it work because it's very effective, and that's going to become our A game. All right, happy with that. So well done, guys, on covering this module 3. The first session is we've just done the overview, and we've just covered those 11 lead generating activities. Thanks for your time. We're going to go on to the next section. Will be module 3, and we're going to cover our lesson 2, which is going to be on selling online, how to find your properties online. So thanks very much for that, guys.